We are up to hire number 3 and filling out Coach Hugh Freeze's staff. So we're going to continue our series of looking at who these coaches are. This time, the offensive line coach. We're going to give you 10 facts that you need to know about this person. Before we do that, I always want to remind you to smash the like button if you enjoy this type of content, and be sure to leave a comment down below as you're watching or listening so that you can be entered into our subscriber giveaway that we have going on right now for a signed Auburn football prize package. And we always want to thank members of our booster club like NW who help produce videos like this. Again, as we've done in previous videos, want to make sure we say this at the very start of this video. There has been no official confirmation in any way from Auburn football as of the editing of this video. However, there are enough reports and corroborations out there that I feel like we can go ahead and talk about this as an official offensive line coach hire. Your new offensive line coach for Auburn football is Jake Thornton of Ole Miss football. We finally did get that Ole Miss connection after all. So let's talk about those 10 facts that you need to know. Fact number 1, when we have these type of news stories, we want to talk about who they're replacing. And it's kind of nuanced, just like it was with the tight end situation. Because here you've got a coach who just took over at the end of the season in Kendall Simmons. But technically, the true offensive line coach was Will Friend, who had to be moved up to co-OC to end the season after the initial Brian Harsin and staff firings. What will happen to Kendall Simmons, we don't know if he'll stay on staff, take his old job, but we do know that Will Friend will be gone. Now, this is a coach that a lot of Auburn fans have mixed feelings about. Probably not the greatest start, but did have somewhat of a strong end when he took over as co-OC. But regardless, he is gone now, and that is who that you'll be seeing being replaced in the full technicality of everything. Check out our video detailing some of the firings if you want more information on that. Fact number 2 that you need to know about this hire is that he's got a total of 7 years of coaching experience. 5 of those have been spent in some type of assistant coach role on the field. The other 2 were in a quality control position or an analyst type of role. So 7 years, that makes him one of the youngest in the game right now. And it's an interesting move by Coach Hugh Freeze to hire someone with such a short timeline in his coaching experience. Very quickly, for fact number 3, do want to state the obvious. He's not got any high school coaching experience or pro coaching experience. As we talked about with the tight end situation, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But if you want to feel maybe a little bit better about it, he does have some sort of a pedigree up into the pro ranks, with his grandfather, Billy Shaw, being a Hall of Fame guard for the Buffalo Bills. For fact number 4, we actually want to take a walk through that coaching experience to give you the full picture of what type of experience he has. So we'll start in 2016 at Western Carolina. He started as a quality control coach. 2017 at our arch rival Alabama as a GA. In 2018 to 2019, he moved on to his first on-the-field position at Tennessee Tech as the run game coordinator and offensive line coach. 2020 over to Gardner-Webb as the run game coordinator, offensive line again. And then finally in 2021 to the present, he ended up at Ole Miss under Lane Kiffin as the offensive line coach. Fact number 5 for you is that this guy has SEC experience, as we just laid out for you by walking through that experience resume that he has. Obviously, he was a GA at Alabama. That's not an on-the-field position, but you're still getting to experience and work under people like Nick Saban, unfortunately, but it is still quality SEC experience that you can't, get anywhere else. And then also, he's been with Lane Kiffin for the last few years. So when you talk about checking off boxes, whether it's a head coach, an assistant coach, you like to see them actually having Southeastern Conference exposure. In number 6, we're going to talk about this coach's playing experience. It's always helpful to know that they did play the game. He started out at Carson Newman, which is a Division II school, but then moved up to Division I at Western Carolina, where he finished out going from 2013 2014. He did a total of 33 starts for them, ranging during that time period, and won first and second team All Southern Conference honors during his time. For fact number 7, let's talk about who influenced him in the coaching ranks. Obviously, we've already mentioned his name before. Pains me to say it. Nick Saban, he was there during their 2017 championship run and the 2018 championship game, to be perfectly clear. But he was not there with Lane Kiffin at the time. But it should say something that Lane Kiffin values his time overall, but especially there, to bring him to be part of his staff. So he's going to be a guy heavily influenced by the offensive schemes of Lane Kiffin, spending the most time with him. But of course, he's got the whole Alabama tag with him too. For number 8, let's talk about regional connections. Always important to discuss this in terms of what it will mean for recruiting. Now, if you look where he was in college and where he's coached a lot, you're going to find a concentration in the Western North Carolina area. I know that's kind of oxymoronic to say it that way, but also the Eastern Tennessee area. That is where he spent a lot of his time playing and coaching. Now, he also has connections, obviously, in Mississippi and Alabama. But if you look at that area over there, that could be a big influence that he might have on recruiting those particular players from that area. Here at number 9, we're getting to some of the facts that you want to know. How the Ole Miss offensive line and vicariously the offense did with him leading that group. Let's take a look at some of the stats. I'm going to give you 2 things to keep in mind. In the 2021 season, this first year, they had a rushing attack of 217.6 yards per game. That is up to 261.6 yards per game this year. And a big thing, in 2021, they allowed 375 yards lost. In this year, down to 235 yards lost. That's a huge improvement. The total yardage in the game and sacks is pretty comparable given one less game played so far this year, but overall, really good signs and should have you excited. Finally, at number 10, who are some of the players they had an impact on during his time of coaching them, especially at Ole Miss? I'm going to give a few of those right now. We've got Ben Brown, an NFL signee. Last year, freshman All-SEC honorary Eli Aker. And I want to bring this one up to you. Quinshawn Judkins, yes, it's the running back, but he has very much benefited from an improved offensive line play during his time there. That should speak for itself, even though it's at a different position. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on your brand new offensive line coach, Jake Thornton, coming to Auburn from Ole Miss. Would love to know your thoughts about this down in the comments section below. Be sure to drop that down there so it helps enter you into that subscriber giveaway for that prize package we have going out to somebody in the near future when we hit 5,000 subscribers. As always, smash the like button if you enjoyed this content. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything from us. Check out links in the description for ways you can help support this content. And we always appreciate you being here, hanging out with us here at E2C Network, where we share the whole Auburn experience. War Eagle.